Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the Gamer Guild podcast, your one-stop shop for all things in the wide world of video games. I'm your co-host, Cody Robertson, and unfortunately, the day has come. My co-host, Noah Bowers, has graduated and is off to bigger and better things, and we'll miss him dearly. I know the show would be a disaster if it was just me, so I had to search far and wide for an acceptable replacement for Noah's gravitas and his gaming knowledge and just his riz in general that we'll miss so much. And I think I found the right person that could replace both Noah's gaming knowledge and his Augusta University ties. So without further ado, please welcome Augusta University's newest esports coordinator and the newest co-host of the Gamer Guild, Noah Bowers. Noah Bowers, everybody.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh, wow.
There
Thank
he
you.
is.
Thank you,
there
everybody.
He is. That's right.
What an intro.
We searched far and wide, and it turns out Noah has a twin brother also named Noah. Yeah, we had a TPK, so and we had to get his twin brother character sheet out and replace him. But yeah, Noah is here. Graduated, no longer a student.
Graduated.
But still very much affiliated with Augusta University.
Always will be.
Nice.
Always will be.
Well, how's it feel to be Augusta University's esports coordinator officially?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, for sure. This program has been on the rise for the last year or so. And, I've been there for the ground level. So I'm very, very excited to finally be here in a more official capacity and really bring this program to greater heights. And I love the new intro. That was great.
Well, so we'll do that every time.
Not necessary.
Nah, that's all right. You're gonna get your steps in every time. Cut. That wasn't good enough. Cut. Well, Noah, thanks so much for joining us again. Happy to have you here once again. Happy to never see you leave. Hopefully, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And we're excited to see what you do as the esports coordinator at Augusta University, but we'll get a little more into that later on. But for now, please welcome this week's guest, a member of Augusta University's new varsity Apex Legends team, Josh Birdseye. Josh, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. So, Josh, the first question we like to ask every new guest of the Gamer Guild podcast is, and I remember this time.
No, I was about to say, didn't forget, guys.
What is your favorite video game of all time and why? Don't feel pressured to say the game that you play competitively too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be that.
Really? Okay.
It's probably the only FPS that's actually good nowadays and actually gets updates. Because with COD, that's basically the only one that people really play. And when you think of FPS, and that comes out every year for $70, $60-$70. So it's an investment. And this you can just sit down, play it, and then the movement, the gunplay, all of it is just probably top notch. The only issue is that it's owned by EA. So
yeah,
it is unfortunate. Yes. No, that's a great choice. Apex is probably my favorite FPS I've played in the last 10 years or so. It's really, really good. I've put probably close to 2,000 plus hours in that, but it's been a while since I've hopped back into it. So it's a completely different game because they really do a good job of adding content, iterating the legends, and really just innovating that game to make it nice and fresh. So good choice.
Nice. I'm not a big Apex guy. I was a big Titanfall 2 guy, though. So that movement, dude, second to none, dude. So fun. I'm just not a big Battle Royale guy, so just not really into Apex. That's all. Really hope we get a new Titanfall, though. That would be cool, but
keep dreaming.
Yeah. Who knows what happens? Like you said, owned by EA. Who knows what's going to happen? But cool. Apex Legends. Good to see that your favorite is the one you're competing in too at Augusta University.
That might be a first.
That's pretty rare. Yeah. I think I think we had an Overwatch.
I think we did have an
player
Overwatch.
say Overwatch, which is just crazy. which is just so. We should go check on them.
Let's see how I'll do a wellness check real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, that's real quick. All right. Anyway, Josh, thanks for coming. Good to have you. Let's get into some of the new releases that came out. We'll go over the past 2 weeks because we took a little 2-week break. We had some weird weather down in our neck of the woods, so we had to take a little week-long break, but we're back. So here we go. First big one that came out Friday, January 17th, Dynasty Warriors Origins. So if you remember the Dynasty Warriors games that were really popular that I remember on the PS2, they're back and they're doing it again. Dynasty Warriors Origins is on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC for $70. It's full price by Omega Force, the same developers that do all of these games. It's got a 79 on Metacritic, so reviewing pretty well, actually. It's the first actual true Dynasty Warriors game in 7 years, the last one being Dynasty Warriors 9 in 2018. In the past, I think they had a couple of like mobile games,
like spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah, mobile spin-off. It's a Koei Tecmo IP, so they tend to do a lot of like weird stuff with their IPs and like put them in, gotcha stuff and things like that. So it's like, oh geez, but yeah. So in the last 7 years, that's all that there's been. So now there's a new one. Metacritic score is 79. Not bad. Are you guys into Dynasty Warriors type games at all?
Nah.
No, not really.
Yeah, no. I know of them, never played them. Not really my type of genre, but really cool that this is the first like official title in 7 years. I mean, I'm sure fans of the franchise have been kind of waiting for like a real title to sink their teeth into, not just some spin-off. So good for them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's reviewing pretty well, so I'm excited to see that. I'll probably wait around, see if it goes on sale. To see if I'm into this. Really, the only Muso game that I've really played was Hyrule Warriors. You remember that?
I did play that, yes.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I liked that a lot, but I only liked it because of the novelty of having Zelda characters and stuff being a Muso game, which is like really crazy to me. But yeah, Muso games are like really niche. They kind of have their little audience, and that's kind of it. But they're fun. They're kind of. I like to call Muso games. They're like the demo kiosk and a Best Buy game.
Exactly.
They're like you pick it up, you're like,
perfect.
Oh, it's a PS5 and a Best Buy. Pick it up for like 5 minutes, play Dynasty Warriors. It's like the perfect kind of like game for that. You know what I mean? Maybe a Steam Deck game. That'd be pretty good.
Okay.
That'd be pretty nice.
Maybe.
Have to see if it's Steam Deck verified now. But yeah, so I probably won't check it out, but it has its audience, and it seems like its audience is enjoying it a lot. So that's pretty cool. There you go. Dynasty Warriors Origins came out Friday, January 17th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC for $70. So check it out if you're into that. I would maybe wait if it's on sale later on because I think
$70
it's a little steep. It's a little steep.
All right.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC Thursday, January 23rd. That is a remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2, which came out in 2008. So the rebooted Ninja Gaiden that came out, I think, in 2005 for the Xbox.
Yeah.
That's the one we're talking about here. This series has had like a big revival lately.
And I think we saw this trailer in the Game Awards podcast,
we did.
Right?
Yeah. So like I said, it's just a remaster. They also recently came out with the Sigma collection, which was on, I think, what's the free PlayStation thing? PlayStation Plus?
Yeah.
It was on the PlayStation Plus catalog recently, the Ninja Gaiden Sigma collection, and it had Ninja Gaiden Sigma and Sigma 2, and I think Sigma 3 as well, which are like remasters of the Ninja Gaiden reboot and 2 and 3, which it's been like rebooted and
so it's not really a new title. They've kind of just been remastering it.
over
and over.
No, it's not a new title. And I doubt we'll ever see a new title of Ninja Gaiden. It's just not, a thing that they're into. I'm not super into Ninja Gaiden. Never really was. I hear it's really the ones on like the original Xbox that they had when I was growing up were notoriously difficult, so I never got into them for that reason. But yeah, any interest in Ninja Gaiden from either of you two?
No.
Probably not.
All right.
Probably not.
So we got 2 misses so
Yeah,
far.
I saw the trailer during the Game Awards, and I was like, that looks like it'll be fun for fans of that genre, maybe, but it didn't strike me as one that would definitely get me into it. So, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I do have the Sigma collection, just like collecting dust in my PS5 library.
Yeah.
So maybe one day we'll see. And I'll let you guys know.
That's what I'm like with the Metro series. I bought like the triple bundle of like all the Metro games.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to play them.
Josh, what's your favorite game that just sits in your backlog forever and ever that you'll never play?
I don't remember the exact. I think it's called like Zombie Invasion, and there's like 7 games in the series.
Whoa.
And it's like it's a top-down, like you basically just kill hordes of enemies.
Yeah, it's like a tower defense, right?
All right.
No, because you like walk around. It's like it looks like old Fallout, but
Bullet
not
hell.
point and click. Yeah, it's basically that.
Okay, cool.
It's like that. You know the mode from like the original like Call of Duty Black, the Zombies Arcade. It's like it's basically that.
Wow.
Zombies Invasion.
Nice.
That's a great backlog.
The world famous Zombies Invasion
Yeah.
franchise. Dang, 7 games. Crazy.
Yeah, I've got them all in my library, and I never open them.
Wow.
Ever.
That's insane. I'm the same way. Well, I've played a couple of them, but I'm kind of the same way with the Hitman series. They were on sale a long time ago, so I just bought all of them. There's so many of them. There's like 10 of those games. So I just have all of them. I've only played like the newest one, and I didn't even play it on Steam. I played it on PS5, so like I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. Anyway, that's Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Came out Thursday, January 23rd on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So check it out if you're into Ninja Gaiden. I'm not, but you know, somebody is. So somebody
out there.
Somebody out there is. All right. Here's one more before we get into just a bunch of ports. Sniper Elite Resistance came out Thursday, January 30th, which is today. So it came out today on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. That's a $60 video game. Little $10 break for you. There you go. $10 break.
Love to see that.
Continuation of the Sniper Elite series. You know, I was just talking about Hitman. It's you know, that similar kind of stealthy type approach, but it's strictly sniping using a rifle, you know, that kind of thing. Yep. These games have been pretty popular. People seem to like them a lot. I'm a big fan of stealth gameplay. I'm a really big fan of the Hitman series. So this kind of gameplay is right up my alley. I've never actually played any of the Sniper Elite games, but I've seen a lot of footage like online. There's been a lot of streamers and stuff get some good footage from that game. Some pretty fun some fun gameplay, it looks like. But yeah, so that came out today. It's already got a Metacritic score of 76, so pretty good, pretty solid. So it seems like fans of Sniper Elite are eating pretty well. Any interest in Sniper Elite from either of you two? Nope. No. So we got.
Have you ever played any of the Sniper Elite?
No, I've seen YouTube videos when I was 10 or 11.
That you shouldn't have seen.
Yeah. I might check it out if it goes on sale. I mean, $60 already is pretty good. I played a couple of the titles for Sniper Elite. They're pretty fun. I like them. They're not. You can play them without taking them too seriously. I know there are harder difficulties, but if you want to just like get some pretty fun sniper action, it's pretty fun. I like it. So I didn't even know this was coming out. There was like no marketing for this. So nice little shadow drop for all the Sniper Elite fans out there. So
see, the Sniper Elite marketing plan is just wait for it to be out for 3 months.
It's stealthy like the game.
Exactly. They sneak up on you and then they're like, it's on sale. There it is. Gotcha. But I love seeing. I see a lot of. What's the last one they did was like the World War II one, and I see so much gameplay footage of like, you know, sneaking up behind like a Nazi and stuff and doing fun stuff, and like there's all these weird achievements you can get for like killing the target in fun ways and stuff, and like I remember seeing like Hitler is the big target in that game, and like there's all these creative ways that you can assassinate him and stuff. It's like, oh man, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's what I like about the Hitman games. So there you go. I'd probably be into it.
Killing Nazis or just creative killing?
Both. Yeah, you know, just both. Just, hey, if it's Nazis, it's Nazis, you know.
Even better.
Yeah, great. 2 birds, 1 stone. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, that's Sniper Elite Resistance. Came out today, Thursday, January 30th. PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. $60, not $70. It's a little $10 break for you. So check it out if you're into the Sniper Elite series, or wait 6 months and it'll probably go on sale. So that's usually what happens with the Sniper Elite series. Just saying. All right, so that's all the new games that came out the past 2 weeks. We did have 3 pretty interesting ports that all came out either today or last week, which is funny.
Thursday, big day for games, I guess.
Yeah, Thursday was a big day. So Thursday, January 23rd, Guilty Gear Strive, the very, very popular fighting game, came out on Switch. So watch out, Smash Bros. you got some competition. Not really. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive is now on Switch. There you go. So if you're into Guilty Gear Strive, congratulations. You can play it on your Switch. And I don't know if that's on Steam, isn't it? Yeah. So you might be able to play on your Steam Deck, but if you can't play on your Steam Deck, this is the first time you can play, on the go. So that's kind of nice. Unless you get a laptop or something. Anyway, next one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake, came out on PC Thursday, January 23rd, last week. So there you go. And it's reviewing pretty well, too. So the port's optimized pretty well from what I hear. So, which was always a huge problem, especially with Square Enix, too.
Yeah.
But lately, they've been pretty good. So that's good to see. You said you messaged me about this game.
I did.
Did you get into it?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't pull the trigger, but it was on sale the week leading up to this release.
Yeah, which
like
is crazy.
25% off until like the release date. So they got me thinking a little bit because it was on my Steam page, and they're like, "You want to try Final Fantasy?" And
dude,
I was like, I don't know.
I think it got me with the same thing. It had that $48.99. I was like, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Like,
but I decided not to because I hadn't played the first one, the remake.
Yeah.
So
you can get that one pretty cheap now usually.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is on Steam, but on like the PlayStation Store, it's usually pretty cheap. But
did you play any of the Final Fantasy games?
No, I've always been interested in doing like JRPGs or stuff like that, but it's just I've never done it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the year I finally try a Japanese RPG.
You said that.
I've said that. It's only January, so I got time.
Right. You got time. Yeah. I have. There's so much time now that Assassin's Creed has been delayed. I have so much time
to play
just all these games I haven't played. So yeah, you said Final Fantasy. Yeah,
I think I might just pull the trigger on Clair Obscura. I think Clair Obscura 33.
When does that one come out?
I don't know.
I don't think we have a hard date for that.
I don't know if there is a hard date, but that one looked I guess kind of Western enough for me to like be interested in it,
I see
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Josh, have you seen the Clair Obscura trailer?
No idea what it is.
So it's kind of it's combat wise, I would consider it Persona like, where it's turn-based Japanese RPG in style, I mean, but in like story and narrative, it's very Western. Charlie Cox plays one of the main characters. Very, very cinematic. So a little bit different than what we see in a normal JRPG, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks really interesting. Yeah, but just the setting and the narrative looks very Western, so that's kind of cool. Yeah,
and that one is coming out April 24th.
Oh, we do have a date.
Yeah,
nice.
We do have
April
a confirmed
24th.
date. It is actually 10% off until May 1st.
Whoa!
So you can get it for $45 instead of $50. So $50 on release, by the way.
Oh,
at least on Steam. So it's a single player, basically turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. So you take turns, but then when you do your action, there's like a combo that you can do in real time that kind of affects your effectiveness of the game. So
just like the critically acclaimed JRPG Paper Mario.
Yeah,
that's right. There you go.
Paper Mario is good.
Yeah,
my younger brothers played through that one. So that'll probably be the one that finally gets me. And then if I like that one, I'll probably dive into Final Fantasy. But until then, we will wait and see.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's not going anywhere, so plenty of chances.
It'll be there.
Yeah. All right. There's one last game that came out today that was ported. Very, very big title. Spider-Man 2 came out on PC today. Okay. So any Spider-Man interest from either of you?
I have the first one. Okay. I've never played it. I got it when I bought my GPU from like some NVIDIA promotion.
Interesting.
So I've got it in my library, but I've never played it.
Never played it. Wow.
Huh. Got it from a GPU purchase.
Yeah.
That's a wild thing.
Nice bundle.
Yeah, there you go. That's not bad.
I played the first game. I actually pre-ordered it. It was one of the first games I've ever pre-ordered. And then I 100%ed it in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
It was one of my favorite games on the PS4. I tried Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. But I think this is a problem with like superhero games like that when it's a sequel. It's kind of just like more of the same, you know? The story seemed fun. It was cool. I mean, they introduced some, new characters in there. I'm not going to say spoilers in case you might see the trailer or anything.
Spider-Man's in it.
Spider-Man's in it. Miles Morales is in it.
Whoa. Miles Morales is Spider-Man?
Yeah, there's 2 Spider-Man. That's why it's Spider-Man 2. There's 2 Spider-Man.
2 Spider-Mans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Spider-Man.
Not because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
But I probably won't check it out. I haven't really checked out any of the PC ports of the Sony exclusive games. I've heard that there's been like a like some type of the whatever developer studio that they use to port it on PC kind of leaves a security flaw in their ports. And so some people are like, if you don't want to play or if you don't want to like have that access or vulnerability exposed, like don't play those games.
Interesting.
So I've kind of steered clear. It was like that for the Horizon Zero Dawn game, and it was like that for the Ghost of Tsushima port. But I hadn't checked out on any of the newer ones. But if you looked on like all of the Steam review pages, it was like there's a vulnerability here that could potentially be exposed if you play these games. And I was like, I don't know. It's not really worth it. I'll just play it on PlayStation at that point.
Yeah, and Sony doesn't have the best track record with vulnerabilities.
Exactly.
And their customers' information. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mostly play these things on PlayStation anyway.
Exactly.
So I really just don't need it. I mean, it'd be really cool. I'm not smart enough to mod stuff, but I would love, if anyone can hear me and is good at making mods, I want a mod for God of War where you play as Maui from Moana and like Moana is Atreus. Like that would be so incredible. Please, somebody please do it. I haven't seen it online anywhere, so somebody please do it.
He's searched.
Yeah, I've searched everywhere, but no. So I mean that's pretty fun. I told you about the Spider-Man mod where it was the IGN score from Gotham Knights, which was a 5. It was just like a 5 running around like beating people up. That was pretty funny. Yeah. So unless I really see a mod that I think is really cool, probably not gonna get into it. Yeah. I did play Spider-Man 2. I liked it a lot. I'm a big Spider-Man guy. I have a Spider-Man tattoo because I'm super cool. I also am super cool because I had the Spider-Man PS4.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, those were cool looking.
Yeah, and I bought it on a military base, so no taxes, baby. So pretty sweet. Yeah, that was really awesome. And it had the Spider-Man controller too. It was red. It was really cool.
I had the Call of Duty World War II PS4 Slim.
Camo one?
Yeah,
nice.
But the camos were made out of little tiny controllers.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? No. Yeah, they're in the outline of a PlayStation 4 controller.
Oh,
that's how they made the camo.
Nice.
And then I had the controller with it. It's one of the ugliest designs I've ever seen in my life. But that was the only one they had at all 3 GameStops in my local area when it came out.
So you went to 2. And
there's nothing. No PS4.
Okay. Nothing at all.
And then I went to the 3rd one, and they're like, all we got is the Call of Duty World War II bundle. And I was like, okay.
I thought you went to 2 and both of them were like, all we got's Call of Duty. You're like, no. And so you went to 1 more and you're like, oh, finally. Fine, I'll get the Call of Duty one.
No, there's only 0 PS4s. They were sold out. I went on like Black Friday. So
the first time I ever waited in line for a console was actually in Aiken for a PS5. Yeah. And then I got a Xbox Series X online. And I like sat in my car and I had my phone and I just like waited.
Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Waiting.
I just waited and it is refresh, and I got one. I got the Far Cry 6 bundle, baby.
Oh, there you go.
Good stuff. Yeah, good
You ever
stuff.
had to wait in line for one of your consoles?
Nope. I've never bought a console.
Yeah, you're PC only.
Why don't you brag about it? Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, that is all of the new releases. There is an upcoming one, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that's coming out next week. That looks pretty exciting. People are pretty jazzed up about it.
That's on my wait and see list.
Okay.
The first one was impressive. The trailer for the second one didn't really grip me as much though. So I'm gonna wait and see.
I don't know anything about either of those games.
Just single player fantasy RPG basically. So
that's what I hear, and I hear it's supposed to be very like accurate, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's more realistic.
Yeah, they're going for more realism.
It's more medieval, not really fantasy, I should say. It's like medieval times, not like.
So no dragons.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
just politics.
I want
like
my
Game of
money
Thrones. Even though there's dragons in that, but
no, hold on, no, pause. Oh man, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I'll wait and see on that too. Only because there's such a huge break in between, like the games
like 2
releasing.
weeks. Yeah.
No, I mean like there's just like nothing that great
Civ 7
until
February
Civ
11th.
7. Yeah, you're right. Civ 7,
Almost a
Avowed.
year.
You got Avowed.
Yep.
Not a whole lot.
And then March has some big
March
ones.
has got Split Fiction and now Assassin's Creed.
When's Doom? I thought that was soon. It wasn't.
Doom actually just got announced with the release date, which I think is, I want to say May. Let's find
Cool
out.
Summer game right there.
Oh no, it's March.
That's what I thought it was
No,
March.
I'm sorry.
No.
No, it is May. May 15th.
May
Okay, I'm sorry.
15th.
May 15th.
Okay.
It's the other M month. There you go.
The only other one.
All right. Well, that's all the new releases we had, and those are the games that we're kind of excited about too coming up. So we do have one little bitty piece of news that made a big impact here, and it's Noah's fault. And I'll tell you why it's Noah's fault.
Change the number to 0.
Yeah, change the number back to 0. It's Noah's fault because he had the audacity to bring this up last week. He was like, no layoffs. We didn't talk about layoffs, guys. Well, guess what, Noah? We had some layoffs. We had some layoffs from Ubisoft, unfortunately. The Leamington studio has been shut down, their UK-based studio, and 185 jobs have been cut. My goodness, that is a lot of jobless individuals. Now, some of those individuals will get shuffled through Ubisoft's various other studios, so hopefully they land on their feet, but countless others no longer have a job. Heart goes out to them, as always, when we have to talk about these things. Yeah, there you go. Sad to see you. Noah, anything to say for yourself?
I want to formally apologize to everybody out there. Yeah, we were going strong this year. Well, how many weeks did we make it? 2?
Yeah,
in the 2025 before
almost 4. But yeah.
So that's unfortunate. A byproduct of this volatile industry that we've talked so much about in previous weeks. So hopefully they are able to, land their feet. Ubisoft has been on a string of bad decisions lately, so I'm sure this is just a byproduct of all of the shortcomings that they've kind of had to jump through, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I wonder if the delay for Assassin's Creed has anything to do with this new announcement that came out this week.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They're pretty different studios. I don't know if they were involved with it at all. So.
No, but I don't know. Just looking at all of these announcements makes you think about the politics of it all, that kind of thing. So it's just interesting to see, But yeah, man, 185 people. That is just insane. That's that's the first
major one.
Yeah, first big one for sure. I think it's the first one I've heard of. I think there was one more. I think maybe Microsoft did something, a little one. Just a little one. Yeah. But yeah, that's all we had to say about that.
All right. I wanted to touch on Josh, since you are a PC only.
Yeah.
And you obviously talked about GPU purchases with bundles, apparently. I'm sure you were well aware of NVIDIA's announcements at CES, the new line of graphics cards coming out. I want to know, did you have any thoughts on maybe upgrading to the 50 series or anything like that?
Nope. They are not that good.
Really? Okay.
It's much more of an AI focus. And then the other thing is that their huge focus is on DLSS, which is like the generated frames. So when you look at that, there's a big performance boost, but you have to have DLSS on, which is generated frames. It gives you weird input lag. It's not actual performance. I think if you look at it, the 5090, the highest tier card, gives you 10% at most performance boost over 4090, and it's, I think, almost $500 more.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, and that's why I wanted to ask your take on it, because you obviously mostly play competitive FPS online games where, frame generation is really not what you're looking for.
Yeah, no.
You need raw frame output, exactly what is being produced by your computer rather than, whatever algorithm might be running in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas a single player game, like we were just talking about these PC ports like Spider-Man 2, something like that, DLSS and all that stuff looks great on them because, you're not really actively competing against another person. But for like Apex Legends or any of the other tactical FPS games, you need it right then and there. So interesting. Makes sense. NVIDIA's really been hammering down all of their AI technology. Yeah. That's kind of been their whole shtick for the last year and a half or so. So what GPU are you currently running?
I've got a 4080 Super.
Okay, nice.
You don't need an upgrade then.
Yeah, you're set probably.
Yeah, you're good for a while.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Just wanted your thoughts on that. What would it take for you to upgrade, do you think? Like, is there a line where it's like, oh, that's enough?
At this point, not really. I'm basically there. I've got it can run basically everything. The only thing that I would want to upgrade, if ever, would just be more storage. Okay. And I've already got that. I've got a NAS I'm working on. So
okay, nice.
Can you make me one too?
Yeah,
nice.
Maybe.
I need to get one real bad. Especially with these podcast videos at the house all the time.
Those run up.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Well, that's pretty much all we had for the Ubisoft layoff news, which is very sad. Very sad to end the news with, but that's all the news we had basically. So I wanted to kind of turn it over to you guys now and talk a little bit about esports. We have a new esports coordinator here.
It's true.
We have a new esports team being represented, so that's awesome. So Noah, take it away. Why don't you talk about your role as esports coordinator at Augusta University?
Yeah. So now I will be, full-time employee for the esports program here at Augusta University, which means a lot more time and effort will be devoted to the program. So you'll be seeing more social media updates. You'll be seeing more dedicated live streams covering all of our teams. You'll also be seeing more recruiting. So hopefully more rosters and more teams being represented and competing for Augusta University. One of the newest of which started last semester, but it kind of is going in full force now, is our Apex Legends roster, led by none other than Josh Birdseye here. And Josh, how's it looking this semester going into now officially recognized by EA Octane Collegiate Series? I'm very excited about that. What can you tell us about the team and going into the competition?
Yeah, so right now the meta isn't really that good for us, specifically because we're kind of all over the place in skill levels. So there's not really room for a good player to sort of make an opening with the support meta. So right now, basically, if you get a knockdown on somebody, which is your entry into a fight, they're able to reset insanely fast.
Okay.
And the meta sort of focuses on walls. Like, I think the three characters that are most popular right now are Gibby, Lifeline, and Newcastle, which all have incredibly defensive abilities. So bubble shield, a wall that gets rid of nades, and another invincible shield with Lifeline ult. So there's not really a lot of space for one player to make standout plays. It's got to be a team fight. So we're a little bit behind in that because we're new to this as a team and we're new to the game and competing.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And that usually comes with time and getting players accustomed to each other and the meta. I remember when I was playing Apex, really the metas were all the characters that could have scans. So Bloodhound, Seer, all those characters, because they would be so useful in initiating fights because you just get so much information. But now it's kind of flipped. Like, you can have scans, but if you have somebody that can just
you can't
put up walls, you can't do anything about it. So very interesting to see how the ebbs and flows of the meta, just similar with like our Valorant teams, they kind of change almost season to season depending on what's most effective and what players are trying to exploit. So we'll definitely be having some live streams of the Apex team this semester, so tune into our Twitch for that for sure. And what about, as an Apex player, what are some things that you maybe are hoping to see in the future, or any changes that you think might need to be made to make the game more competitive or more fun for you?
Yeah, honestly, right now, just they need to nerf support characters because if you played Apex and like you remember the gold shield, that's now a passive perk. So any shield cell heals 2 on any of the support characters that you play.
Really?
And that's also all 3 of those characters I listed that have walls. So they're sort of overtuned right now. It's basically you play triple support, maybe one character swapped, but yeah, it's a bit overbearing.
So you'll have teams running all 3 support characters,
yeah, just
like
Gibby,
that?
Newcastle, and
Oh
then
my gosh.
maybe Catalyst.
So we don't even have any movement characters anymore. There's
No, not really. Because what's it matter if you can just insta-res, there's a bubble. You can't use Horizontal, you can't use Pathy. Also, Pathy got nerfed because I think now it's a 30-second cooldown whenever you use a zip.
Like his tactical zip line, 30-second
Or
cooldown?
his grapple.
His grapple?
Yeah.
That's brutal. Well, tough scenes for the Apex meta at the moment,
yeah.
but hopefully they'll get that tuned. But in the meantime, you're going to be practicing and trying to get better with those support characters. So we'll love to see it. And if anybody listening out there is interested in joining any of our rosters or competing in any of our teams, join the Discord. Follow the links in the description in our link tree, and let us know in the esports general chat. We can get you into contact and see if we can get you on board on any of our rosters. Some of them are obviously locked for this semester already, but going into the summer or fall semesters, we'll be looking for new talent. So it's very exciting stuff on the way. We're going to be hosting some more in-person events as well at the Georgia Cyber Center. So hopefully some watch parties. We can get together and do some stuff in person. And we should be partnering with more of our intramural sports departments. So do stuff more casually. So if you're not really wanting to compete, in a very high level setting against other universities, we are going to be trying to host some more intramural esports activities like Mario Kart, some Smash tournaments, even Madden, 2K, some of the FIFA games as well, which I guess now it's EA Football Club.
Sports FC.
EA Sports FC. My apologies. So those games, which are definitely fun to play competitively, but they don't really have an esports scene, at least to the level enough where there's collegiate teams being rostered. We're going to be hosting those for sure in the coming semesters as well, either at the dorm rooms or at the JSAC and stuff like that. So a lot of fun stuff on the way now that we have the program in full swing. So I'm super excited to finally have an Apex team that we can watch and root for, even if it might be a little rough going at the start. Apex is one of my favorite games to watch competitively. I think the ALGS is one of the best run organizations in terms of broadcasting and support. I know they've had their controversies galore when it comes to actually fielding tournaments and things like that, but in terms of just like a entertainment product, the way that they do the match point system, I think is absolutely brilliant for Battle Royale. Is that how it's run in Octane Collegiate as well?
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's so much fun to watch as a spectator. So hopefully we can get those matches to your screen sometime soon, and just be on the lookout for announcements on our Instagram stories or on our Instagram post itself. We'll get the date and times on there as soon as we can. Yeah.
There you go. Video games. Play them, watch them, do whatever you can to be around them.
Yes.
Anything at all. Josh, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
As a as a competitive gamer, and I'm not really a competitive gamer. I actually don't really, I've told you, Noah, don't really jive with the competitive side. I kind of play games that get away from the hustle and bustle of life. So are there any non-competitive games you like that kind of let you chill out and get away from the competitive side of Apex?
Yeah, honestly, it's Minecraft.
Nice.
I've got friend groups that'll all play that. We'll do mod packs, stuff like that. And it's just something you can just chill on for hours a day during a week or something. Because normally we'll have a server every couple months and we'll just run through it.
Nice.
Just hang out, build stuff.
All right, there you go. Pretty active.
I mean, classic, timeless game. Love that. Do you have any specific mod packs as your favorite? That's your go-to?
Not really. We tried making one.
Oh, really?
Recently, 2 weeks ago, and it exploded.
Yep.
We didn't figure out progression, so a week into it, I figured out how to dupe netherite, and it just kind of exploded.
Just
from
broke
there.
the game. Yeah. Yep. Well, yeah, Minecraft. That's a great chillaxing game. I love that one.
Good stuff. And then second question.
Mm-hmm.
Apex Legends, was that the first game you started playing competitively, or was there a gateway drug into it?
Technically, it was CS, and before that,
I knew you were gonna say
it
that.
was Osu, which is a rhythm game.
Osu,
wow.
yeah, I know that one.
Huh.
That's a deep cut right there.
I think I was rank 2200 world peak on Osu, 500 US. Right now it's like 5K, and I don't really play at all.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I have a friend that plays those, so he's really into it. So I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the skill gap at higher levels is a lot more than lower levels, though.
Yeah.
So like rank 2200 versus like rank 1000, it's just
insane.
not comparable.
Yeah. Well, I think the same way of like the Rocket League skill gaps. The Rocket League skill gap between like Grand Champ and then a Supersonic Legend, even though they're like right next to each other, it's insane. I mean, the pro players can do completely different mechanics and things that us normies couldn't dream of, unfortunately.
I want to know who comes up with the names for these tiers. Supersonic
Legend. I don't know. It goes awesome though.
Like an 8-year-old's in a room. Like, well, that one sounds way cooler than a Grand Champion. Supersonic.
Yeah. Supersonic. You're going super fast.
So this is a Megazord. It's got all the Zords. Yeah, same energy. Totally.
Well, I like the ranking system in Apex too. Apex Predator being the top one, and you get a number for it's because it's top 500, right? For the regions.
It's top 750.
Oh,
and it's divided by game. So like Switch has top 750, Xbox top 750.
Oh, so it's not by region?
Xbox and PlayStation might have top 750 as like a separate thing, but they may be combined. It's not region based.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Can we see any of the Apex Legends matches? Do we have anything scheduled for this semester?
We're still working on the like definite schedule yet because we're still in the process of getting me officially on board here at Augusta University. Once that's fully in place, I'll pretty much be able to stream as many games as possible. So as soon as there's a match, I'll be able to post that on the social medias and let you guys know. You'll probably expect them second week of February is when official streams will start back up and running in full swing.
There you go.
There will be some matches that have already been played by then, so we'll be sure to update everybody on the scores and results of that for all of our rosters. But you can expect to finally watch all of our rosters on Twitch probably around second or third week of February.
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
Can't wait for it. Can't wait to see Josh getting some noobs on Apex.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever
all
it is
three
he
support
is.
characters.
Yeah, right. Good stuff. All right. Well, I think that's all we had here at the Gamer Guild podcast. Josh, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll keep an eye out for you and your Apex Legends journey this semester and for however long you got at AU too. And Noah, we'll wait to hear from some Augusta University esports coordinator news.
Yep.
Wait to hear about what's going on and stuff in the next coming weeks. So excited to hear about that. But yeah,
big things,
from all of us here at the
things.
Gamer Guild podcast, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
The Gamer Guild podcast is recorded at Augusta University's Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab. Our producer is Jackson Garner. The Pamplin TVC and Podcasting Lab supervisor is Jasmine Garcia. Music is by Ethan Balducci. The opinions stated are that of the individual and not Augusta University.